So the time is upon us. The Star Wars Battlefront beta has just ended and the game is coming out in a little over a month. And I'm sure a lot of you guys got a chance to try it out and have a lot of good things to say. That's not to say everything about the game is perfect, but having a good look at a beta like this, I am very satisfied with what we were able to see. I'm sure you guys are wondering why I haven't been uploading instead of taking this long drawn out period of time to explain what I've been doing instead and why I've decided not to upload. I'm just going to move on and try and explain to you guys the direction I'm planning on going and kind of put this all behind us. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are not going to be viewing my videos anymore. You know, there are negatives that come with me not uploading, but I feel like with Star Wars Battlefront, it is going to bring together a lot of things that I really enjoy. I'm very passionate about Star Wars. I have been since I was a little kid. I love all the lore and things behind it. It's been a big inspiration for myself and a lot of things. And combining that with the makers of one of my favorite video games of all time, Battlefield, has just created a little baby of Lupus love that I just feel like I can focus my channel around and have that inspiration and desire to make videos that I haven't had since Battlefield 3 was out and we first started hearing about Battlefield 4. So that's been a long time since I have felt this way, but I'm really ready to make videos, and I hope those of you who are still with me and those of you who will come with me from now on are happy to see that I am back and uploading. So basically what I am trying to say is, instead of looking at the past and trying to figure out why I wasn't uploading, let's instead look towards the future by looking at a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, cheesy Star Wars jokes aside, I do want to tell you guys a lot about the Battlefront beta. Overall, it was a really awesome beta that offered us a lot of things. Now, everything was not perfect, but all in all, it was a very nice experience, and it did accomplish a lot of the things that I feel like the game was wanting to accomplish. So first off, if you guys do not know, it's not exactly aiming towards that hardcore competitive aspect of the gaming world, and I feel like that's a good thing for the game. It's aiming more towards the casual people who just want to hop into a game, have fun, there's not much of a learning curve, and enjoy the nostalgic battles of Star Wars in a video game, and they've really done that great. See, if they were to try and make it more competitive and get in that competitive scene where it could potentially have esports applications, this would kind of hinder the game in a sense, because those people who are going to be trying to play this game are the same people who will be playing games like Counter-Strike and stuff, and if you have those two games butting heads with each other, of course people are going to pick Counter-Strike over this game because it is a long-standing game that has been worthwhile over the years, and if they're going to go after the competitive scene, it just doesn't really make sense. But if they create a game that's kind of a casual game for people to just jump in, have fun, and play Star Wars, and not try and compete with that, then, you know, the games can work hand in hand. It can balance out with those other games. It can balance out with Call of Duty. It can balance out with Battlefield, Counter-Strike, whatever you may play on a competitive basis. This can be your kind of chill and just relax game, and it does a really good job of doing that. Now, to a lot of people who are used to playing competitive games, such as myself, having played Battlefield and Call of Duty and Counter-Strike for a long time, playing this game was a little bit different at first. I did realize that it was just super easy. The unlocking was not that big of a deal, but that wasn't what it was about, and after a little bit I started to realize that, because what the unlocking did, instead of providing that grind of unlocking things, instead what it offered was the nostalgia of unlocking all these iconic things from the Star Wars universe that we might be able to see. And to me, that was almost even better, because it gives me even more of an incentive to want to play the game, because I'll be able to not only just unlock those weapons, that's not where it ends, I get to use those weapons that are in the Star Wars universe, and that to me is just amazing. I mean, what is better than that? So yes, some of the great things about the game are obviously its graphics, and obviously its ability to bring the Star Wars universe to life in a modern technology era in a video game, and it does a really good job of doing that. Now, the old school movies were great, but they are old, and a lot of the effects used in them, a lot of the practical effects, are becoming outdated. And by creating this game, making it so that we can take all those original ideas, original designs for the costumes, and creating them in a more realistic sense, like if Star Wars were real, it would probably be a lot more like it is in this game. And the sounds are great, the graphics are great, and it just makes you feel like you are actually there. Every time I see a Jedi run across the battlefront, or the battlefield rather, and attack all of the other people, it just feels like if I were actually in the Star Wars universe and a Jedi were to come out of nowhere, that is what would be happening. They would be running across the battlefield, slaying anything in their path, and just wreaking havoc. And it does a really good job of capturing that sense. Now, at the same time, there are some balance issues. Even though this game is not trying to aim for the competitive edge, I still feel like a game like this should have balance. As you guys should know, when playing on Hoth, Walker, Assault, the Imperials have a bit of an advantage. Now, it is true that after the first couple days, people realized if they got the orbital strike on the Rebel side, they could wreak havoc and just destroy the AT-ATs relatively fast. But that's one little thing to depend on. Let's say you just get really unlucky on your team and nobody gets an orbital strike the entire game, or somebody who does has no idea what they are doing. It's not going to be that helpful. So there does need to be something a little bit more grounded and a little bit more concrete that could balance that out. Now, I do have a few ideas that it could be, but I don't want to talk about that in this video. I'll save that for another video, and those of you who might be interested in finding out what I think could potentially balance out that game mode without doing anything too drastic, then you guys can see that in a future video. But all in all, the negatives and the positives balance out in the sense where I feel like this game is going to be something really awesome. And, you know, mainly it's because the game does show off Star Wars in a video game area that we haven't seen in a while. It's been a long time since there has been a Star Wars game, and this one coming out is one of the best we could possibly receive. It has one of the best graphics engines out there right now. It will stay one of the best looking games for at least a couple years, because Battlefield 3 is still really damn good looking, even though it came out 5 years ago. Imagine how good Battlefront is going to be and how good looking it's going to remain over the years. So overall, this game is giving us a lot of things to look forward to, and it's giving us a lot of ideas of what we could get in the future with other people picking up the Star Wars title and making other games, like maybe a Republic Commandos recreation or the Knights of the Old Republic. We could get all kinds of things at this point, and just by seeing this game and what it was capable of doing, the possibilities are endless. And overall, I am extremely excited to play this game when it does come out next month, and I'm excited to play with you guys. I'm going to see if I can find out a way where I can play with you guys here and there, but you know, I am in college now, so things are a little bit hectic at this point, but I'm hoping I can do that, and I hope you guys will enjoy the game. I hope you guys did enjoy the beta, and I also hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, then please be sure to leave a like and a comment. I would love to hear you guys' opinions, but as always, this has been Lupus, and remember, stay golden.